Hey everyone, this is your favorite half Cinco Stuart, just popping in real quick to apologize for the audio quality in this episode. I know you have been enjoying the past few episodes of our extremely high fidelity audio, but unfortunately, in this episode, someone forgot to check if their Audacity was recording properly. I won't name names, but that's where we're at. So you'll just have to bear with us in this episode, and we'll do better next time. For now, enjoy the show. It was Ben.
You can eat it anytime when lobster's on a bagel.
Wow. That's true, though.
Really?
Yeah, you never had breakfast lobster?
No. I've
Hello, what else
you
do you
haven't
have?
lived.
Until you have the lobster bisque and then the lobster omelette.
Wait. Let's sync up before we lose any more of this gold. All right, I'm ready.
Yep, I think I'm ready.
And then we lost David.
Cool. All right, I guess you're gonna have to be the announcer person or whatever.
Hi, welcome to Nelson Half Cincos, and
Wait,
today we'll be
What the fuck,
talking.
David? When did you get back? Why didn't you say anything?
All right, so I'll count down. 3, 2, 1, go.
I did it.
Wow, me too. Wow.
All right.
All right. Successful podcast.
All right. High five,
Wrap it up.
everyone. I'll see you next week.
That's it.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Sweet. What were we talking about? That was so funny before.
David.
Oh yeah, lobster. And
Oh yeah, lobster
lobster
breakfast.
and food. Lobster breakfast. Yeah.
What?
Dave,
Never had-
Ben, you haven't lived till you've had lobster for breakfast. Ooh.
Oh yes, with the lobster bisque and the lobster omelette.
Delectable.
Wait, okay, so this is really bad, but I don't know if you guys are joking or not.
Oh wait, I forgot. He can't have lobster.
Is
That
this a
was-
real
no,
thing?
That was the joke. At least
Poor-
part of
poor
the
guy.
joke. Yeah.
The joke
Well, I
is
mean,
that
they do have like lobster omelets, I believe, at like fancy brunch places.
Yes.
So I think that is a thing. Also, probably crab. I think, if you go to brunch at a fancy place, they'll usually have crab legs.
And then usually we'll have like hollandaise.
Mm-hmm.
Or no,
Wow.
if it's really fancy, it'll have béarnaise
Ooh,
for days.
days for days.
Béarnaise for days. Well, pretty much we'll just get right into it. So, welcome to another episode of the Dose and a Half Cincos podcast. This is episode number 11. This week we'll be covering Joker and this week's top 10 as well. As always, I'm your host, David.
And I am also David.
And I am David.
Thanks, guys. So now they're going to be super confused whenever I say something. They'll be like, wow, David, you had really good insight. I thought you weren't good for any of that stuff. And then your synopsis was really off this week. And some of the other things.
Yeah. Just like always.
You sound just like Stu and also sound just like Ben.
Now I talk like a David. Oh,
Holy
hello.
crap. Now I know what it sounds like when I... That's
Jesus.
what you guys hear?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't want to tell you.
Yeah,
Oh,
what the hell?
no, Jackie.
um,
So, do you guys see anything interesting this week outside of obviously our movie for the week, Joker?
not really.
Yeah,
David? David, what about you?
I've been pretty much.
David.
No.
yeah, I saw Angry Birds 2. That was great because I love Angry Birds. I really wanted to see it, and you guys didn't want to see it with me. I don't know why. I keep suggesting it every week.
Now. I'm David, and I wanted to see it too. So.
Oh, wow.
I'm David, and I wanted to see Abominable, which I also saw.
I didn't see anything good. Although one thing I did watch while I was doing some editing was I watched the entirety of the Mighty Ducks on HBO. So
Excellent.
Wait, one or
I
one
said
or
the
three?
entirety of
Oh.
the the Mighty Ducks catalog.
Wow, even the animated series?
Oh, okay. Cinematic. The Mighty Ducks cinematic universe.
Wow, even the
M-
animated
the
Mighty Ducks
MC
movie?
The MCU.
Mighty Ducks MCU. MDCU.
The D is,
Shortened for MCU.
the D is silent.
So I never finished it, but did Wild Wing ever get back to his alien planet?
What?
You're thinking
Yeah.
of a different Ducks franchise.
No, that's the same one. It's the Mighty
It's
Ducks.
not Mighty Duck Tales.
No, it's the Mighty Ducks.
Darkwing Duck.
They come from a planet where all their asteroids are shaped like hockey pucks, and all they do is play hockey.
That's not in the MCU.
That's literally the Mighty Ducks.
I will fight you over this. It is not in the MCU.
Wild Wing has a gold alien mask, and he fires hockey pucks out of his blaster.
How have I not watched this? This is the greatest. You guys.
Who the fuck is Wild Wing?
Wild Wing is the mascot for the Mighty Ducks. He's the one with the goalie mask and with the beak.
Okay,
And
but
It's
then-
not the goalie mask. Golden
in-
mask.
He's not in the MCU. That's not in the MCU. MDCU.
Yes, they're aliens.
Wait, let David 2 talk because I want to know more about the series.
Wait, who's David? Who's David 2? Oh,
I don't know. You guys decide. Who's the second? No, David 3.
I'm David
sorry.
3.
No,
But I'm
you're
also
David 2
David
because you
3.
said David the second time.
I want to be David 2.
Wait, no, I'm David 2.
TOO.
I am David as
I'm
well.
David 2 too.
Oh my god.
What is this about Wild Wing now?
He's an alien, and he comes from a planet where other asteroids around the planet are shaped like hockey pucks,
Okay, I'm looking.
and
this
all they
up.
do on that planet is play hockey. But somehow they got to Earth, and they made their home base the Anaheim Pond.
See, this has nothing to do with the Mighty Ducks movies.
Is the name of
is,
this
because
movie
that's
Wild
the
Wing
movie.
Flashblade? Oh no, that's the name of
The Mighty Ducks movie does not take place in Anaheim.
Yeah, it does.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, because all the aliens went
Oh my
to
god.
the Anaheim
David,
Pond.
I am going to murder you.
I'm so confused.
Wait, so he's confused. I'm David, and you're David. So
Wait.
I'm David as well.
no, you're not.
We're
You
all-
said you're confused.
Well, if David's confused, that means we're all confused.
Wait,
Ducks and Aliens. Mighty Ducks TV show. Oh, Wild Wing Flashblade, Mallory McMallard, or Dragoness.
her name is
I think
Mallory Mc-
Oh, I remember some of this. I remember Tanya Vanderflock. Dude, there should have been James Vanderbeek should have been in the show. Was he in the show?
No, I don't.
Chameleon,
remember.
Duke LaOrange, Canard Thunderbeak, Nosedive,
I think that's
Flashblade,
Duke Lagrange.
LaRange, LaOrange.
Mallory McMallard.
Oh, so you looked this up too. Dude, there's a guy named Big Daddy O'Cool. Big Daddy O'Cool.
None of these characters are in the movie I'm talking about.
I don't know what movie you're watching.
So, David number 2, how did you feel when Wild Wing has had this difficulty going up against Lord Dragonus?
That's
Did he?
David 2.
did-
Hello.
Wait, you're David too.
Oh, I'm David 3.
David 3. Sorry. Was there? Okay, I gotta know now. David 2, was there any knuckle pucks in this?
Wait, I'm David too. Fuck.
Yes.
Okay. By knuckle puck, do you mean the puck that comes out of his knuckles because his knuckles are a blaster for hockey pucks? Then yes, there were knuckle pucks.
Is this gonna be on Disney Plus?
Probably, honestly.
Oh, okay. I think I might have to get it now.
This is
This is the tipping point?
Yes.
this
This
is
is
one of
the guy-
those strange situations where they took the live action version and made it into a worse cartoon.
What do you mean worse? What do you...
Dude, I am so intrigued right now. And by the way, it says Mighty Ducks fans are. It's not on Disney Plus. Mighty Ducks, the
TV movie
live action movie.
live action is on HBO.
Yeah, that will not be available on Disney Plus.
Wow. Wow. Wait, really?
Mm-hmm.
How?
Episode 1 of Mighty Ducks animated series, 1997. It's called Duck Hard. And
It's called Duck Hard?
called Duck Hard. And let's see. Zap Attack, fill in the blank, Power Play, Dungeons and Ducks, Take Me to Your Leader, Human Factor, Right to the Future, Micro Ducks, Beaks versus Brawn,
Ducks.
Jurassic Puck. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Wow.
Mondo
What?
Man, Puck Fiction.
Wow.
Are these the names of the episodes?
Yeah.
Wow. I actually should rewatch this. This is amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, what? Okay, so these are the movies that are missing from Disney Plus. Song of the South, Mighty Ducks, Tarzan, National Treasure was number 4, Sky High, Enchanted, Up, The Avengers, John Carter, Maleficent, Truly, Madly, Deeply. That's not it. What is this? Oh no, it was just the top 10. I'm just reading random stuff now.
Oh.
Yeah. Sorry, I was like, wait a minute. I don't think that was a Disney movie. Why did they jump 4 pieces?
Here's something interesting. I think the place where the alien duck is from that David 2 is talking about, it looks like it may have been called Astaroth, which is like
Azeroth?
Wait.
Astaroth.
Astaroth?
So it's like, what the fuck, Blizzard? Can you not come up with anything on your own? You have to rip it off Mighty Ducks animated series.
I wouldn't be surprised if all of World of Warcraft was just inspired by
You know,
the
I
Mighty
bet-
Ducks TV show.
We should go watch it and then, draw parallels to World of Warcraft. Or just the Warcraft universe in general.
Sylvanas Bill Runner.
I'm not even gonna try. I'll leave this to you guys.
Jaina Duckmore.
We're just going in on this, aren't we?
Oh, this is happening.
Goose Dan.
It'd probably be best as Gold Dan, as in like gold for hockey.
Fuck that up. Okay, yeah, Gold Dan, that's good because that sounds the same. Also,
Like Gold Dan.
how about Goose Hellscream? No. Mallard Furion.
Ooh, I like that one a lot. Okay, we're definitely raining on this for much too long. Hey, is that deal still available? 3 years for 140?
I think that's over.
No.
Wait, you can check on it though, but I think it's over.
3 years for 170. Well, that's an extra $30.
I can't believe that this is the thing that's going to convince you to pull the trigger.
The Mighty Ducks animated series.
And Mandalorian.
Well, I mean, that was originally what got me onto it. Actually, no, it wasn't. It was all The Simpsons.
Yeah, I would like to be able to do that again.
I think I'm gonna get it, but I'm not gonna pay for the 3-year thing.
You're just gonna do $70 a year.
Or wait, do they charge you per year or per month?
It's per month for $7, and then it's 70
that's
for
what
a
I
year.
meant. Or whatever. Just because, like, I want the Simpsons, and then if they come out, and then also Mandalorian, and then if anything else comes out, then cool. And if it turns out to suck after that, then I don't feel so bad.
Mm.
Wait, does this also include Malcolm in the Middle?
Oh yeah, because that's a Fox property as well, right? Oh, does that mean I get to watch Phoenix? Dark Phoenix?
Okay.
Well, I wasn't planning on paying to go to the theater.
Anyways.
Wow.
But yes, this was the tipping point. I was like, you know what I really could use is a animated series about my favorite hockey team's mascot that shoots pucks out of his arm. What would definitely fill that void? This
Wait,
like...
I don't know if Disney Plus has Street Sharks. I don't think they have it.
Hold on.
Because that's your favorite team, right?
No.
The San Jose Sharks.
Go away. Oh, I know what you're getting for. No, they don't. But I know what you're getting if I get you for Secret Santa.
Street Sharks?
The complete series.
Oh my god.
All 40 episodes. That was actually a pretty deep. I remember a lot of that, and then Oh no, I'm not gonna give away what the other. That wouldn't be just one of a couple of things. I think this year, what are we doing? $50 for the limit again. So that means I get to find 5 TV shows that hopefully will bring you back a little bit. I think I've already seen a couple of these. This is gonna be good. So you better hope I get you for Secret Santa.
Either that or someone else is getting Street Sharks the complete series.
Oh, somebody is getting Street Sharks.
Someone
It's whether or not it's you or not.
Well, knowing our group of friends, pretty much anyone will be excited, I think.
Except Joe. Joe will be like, "What the fuck is this?"
It was like, I hate Street Sharks.
I really wanted Earthworm Jim
Actually, that'd be pretty cool. Earthworm Jim.
or The Tick.
That'd be good too, probably.
It's also true. I really they're
Yeah.
90s cartoons.
Yeah.
Excellente.
Yeah.
Like a
Found
fine
the
wine, vintage.
The whole week ago.
So, but yeah, well, for me, I've been trying to catch up on Stranger Things because they said that there's going to be a 4th season. So, like, might be time to catch up on that.
Where did you start from
The first episode,
of season
1.
Wait, so you had never watched it prior
I
to
had
this?
never watched it prior to that.
Oh my god.
So that's why I was asking you about it last week. And then you were like, eh. So, because after I finished Mindhunter, I was like trying to figure out what else to watch. And this seemed like a pretty decent.
Stranger Things is a good choice.
Mhm.
Yep.
So, what about you, David, too?
Well, I went to go see David 1 this past week, so I didn't see anything good. No.
Is that like David won the movie or?
Yeah. The
So you
first
saw
one's always the
Angry- so you
worst,
saw
but the
Angry
second
Birds.
one, let me tell you, the second one's always the best one.
Oh my
David
God.
2 is the best one.
Hey,
David
so
1
when
fails
when
in comparison.
Stu was asking about is saying that he had sorry, when David 3 said that he was watching while editing all the Mighty Ducks movies, and then you said 1 and 3, why did you leave out 2?
Because, I mean, it's obvious that the second one's the best one. Of course you watch that one.
Your phrasing made it sound like I was editing the Mighty Ducks movies.
Just by doing 1 and 3.
Or is that next week's movie? Is it Mighty Ducks 1 through 3?
Well, I've already seen it, so I guess I don't have to watch it.
Nope, you
Okay,
have to
tune in
watch 'em
next
again.
time for when we review Mighty Ducks 1 through 3 and the Mighty Ducks animated series.
I wouldn't be mad at that. But it won't be on Disney Plus.
Nope.
Maybe the Mighty Ducks animated series would be a good holiday episode.
Or what we could do is we pick our favorite TV shows and we review the holiday specific one for that
Oh.
series. So it'd be like The Simpsons Thanksgiving episode. Oh, Halloween, dude.
They got like 20, 30.
I know. My favorite is 13.
13.
Mm-hmm.
13 what?
Uh,
Is that a movie?
Treehouse of Horror.
Oh.
The 13th one.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know them by number.
Which one was that one?
If I remember correctly. Let me see if this is the same.
You just remember that you liked the 13th one, but you don't remember what was in it?
I'm assuming it was the 13th one.
Seems pretty far out there.
So, I mean, there's a lot of them,
And?
so to specifically say the 13th one, there would have to be something, pretty memorable.
Was it 11? I know it had an X in the front, so then I'm
Great.
just.
David's gonna spend 15 minutes figuring out which Treehouse of Horror he liked the most.
No, we're just gonna skip it. So that sounds like everybody had a great week this week. So yeah, well, because I would really want to get into this movie that we saw. I really want to get into Joker. So, if that's pretty much it, we're just gonna run into just start our box office rundown top 10 for this week. Obviously, number 1 comes in is Joker with 96 million. Number 2 was originally last week's number 1, Abominable at 11.9. Downton Abbey is still holding strong to a number 3 spot at 7.9. I'm not kidding. Number 4 is Hustlers. So everything pretty much slid down 1. So our top 4 No, top 5 pretty much is just you take Joker to the top, everything else slid down. So Abominable 2, Downton Abbey 3, Hustlers 4, It Chapter 2, 5. Judy switched from 7 to 6. And then Ad Astra drops from number 5 to number 7. Rambo follows suit, moves to number 8. War, I don't know anything about this one. That's at number 9. Good Boys slides from 8 to number 10. And then Lion King is now out of the top 10 as of 2 weeks ago.
Thank Christ.
And we'll never have to hear about it again.
And it will be back
For the holidays.
for probably sometime around like Thanksgiving or Christmas. It'll probably still be hanging around. Actually, one of the crazy ones that you guys probably wouldn't expect is Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark is still in the top 15.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah, so that, Peanut Butter Falcon, Fast and Furious, Angels Falling Round out top 15. So, guys, any surprises or anything you guys want to talk about?
I'm just glad Lion King's finally fucked off.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, who keeps watching it? Who the fuck keeps watching it?
Does it count if they're watching the original Lion King?
I don't think that's how they tabulate these numbers.
Okay. Well, all I know is it's grossed over $540 million since it debuted. So I know that they had already broken that threshold quite some time ago, the $500 million threshold, and now Disney is the only oh my gosh, what is it? Not production house. Oh my gosh, I'm having a brain fart. The only help me out here.
No,
I'm just gonna let you drown.
Oh, it's the only movie studio. There we go.
Wow, that's what you were looking for?
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's the only movie studio that has had 5 movies that gross over $500 million a piece in 1 year. So that one's pretty impressive.
What was the budget for Lion King?
$260 million.
Jeez.
And they only made $540 million?
True, but you gotta spend money to make money.
I mean, it's not like Endgame status where it's like over like a billion.
A bajillion?
A Brazilian.
Brazilian dollars.
Like how much? I wonder how much it made like in like a normal run, like any other movie's normal run, like amount of time. Like how much money would it have made in that amount of time?
Let me see. Let's see if there's a way to break this down. That'll definitely have to be something I have to look at. But I know that Lion King will still be in the top 15 by the time we record the next episode. So I will take a look at it and then I'll break it down for you, because I'm pretty sure you just want to be curious. Like, it's been out for 12 and a half weeks now at this point. So you're probably just asking, hey, if it's been out for this many weeks, what else has everybody else done in 12 weeks, right? Something like that.
Or like how long is a movie normally, like a non Lion King movie normally in theaters for?
Oh, probably 8 weeks, roughly speaking.
So I'm wondering, I'd be curious how much money did it make in the 8 weeks?
Oh.
Versus the last 4 weeks.
I'm confused by this. Whatever. That's fine. I'm sure it's very impressive, but yeah, you're right. Like, the budget makes up for more than half of it. So, I mean, if they didn't gross $500 million, I'm sure they'd probably be very disappointed. So, but, based on how well that and the Aladdin movie turned out, they're encouraged to go ahead and continue to keep making more of these live action versions of, children's cartoon.
They shouldn't be. They should not be encouraged.
Well, money talks. And that's why we're getting live action Lady and the Tramp next month.
What the?
Really?
Well, I'd be all right, probably, if it was like.
And 101 Dalmatians. Oh, wait,
that
already
happened. Look Who's Talking Now style, where like Bruce Willis is voicing the dog. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right. Well, it doesn't sound like there was any surprises going into this weekend. I think there was so much hype, and there was a lot of discussion already surrounding Joker. I'm sure you probably couldn't get away from it. So it being the number 1 movie in the nation, in the country, doesn't surprise us one bit. I don't know anything about this movie War, Do you know anything about this one?
Nope.
Nope.
Oh, you
Oh,
mean?
it's-
Oh, wait, it's Jet Li and Jason Statham, right?
No, sorry. I think it's an Indian movie.
War. I mean, what is it good for?
Absolutely nothing. You all.
You all.
Y'all. Y'all say it from here. Y'all. Sorry.
Did they just take the Jet Li Jason Statham movie and make it with Indian actors?
I don't. Yeah, that'd be great. Can we do that? So join us next week when we review War 2019 from your favorite movie studio, Yash.
From your favorite director, Siddharth Anand, and starring Bollywood heartthrob Hrithik Roshan and Tiger Shroff.
And Apu Nahasapima Pedalan.
This guy's actually got a pretty cool name, Tiger Shroff.
That's pretty badass.
Well, Tiger's his nickname. But anyways, why am I on this page?
Oh.
Because you want this to be our movie of the week next week, and I guess I'm okay with it. Great suggestion, David, number 3.
Wait. I think, I don't know. I think that's it, right? That's
pretty much it. So that pretty much does it for our box office rundown for this week. As we expected, there weren't very many surprises when it comes to the number 1 movie in the nation. Sure, Downton Abbey was number 1 for a week and continued to just keep sliding, but it's still in the top 5, and that's pretty surprising for me. I thought everybody that wanted to see that movie would have already seen it. So maybe it has the staying power of a Lion King, where we think that everybody that wanted to see it already saw it, or people who didn't see it or that were never going to see it just won't see it. So that pretty much does it for that box office rundown. And we're going to take a really quick break, and we'll be right back with our movie of the week, Joker. Stay tuned. Are you guys doing anything? No?
What have we talked about? Anything? No, I got nothing.
Okay, that's fine. We don't need I didn't say anything about a sponsor, so.
Okay.
That's cool. All right. Do you guys need to use the bathroom or anything?
No, 'cause I'm a big boy.
I wear Depends.
Yeah.
I just go in my pants.
I have one of those astronaut setups.
Oh, I don't have that. I just
My pants are extra absorbent.
It usually just goes on the floor.
Buddy, it happened again.
No, Evan, it happened again.
No, we have a carpet. Nobody knows.
Oh.
Just gets squishier and squishier.
Why is it so damp and moist in here? It's so humid in your room. Oh, I don't know. It must be all the urine.
That's the humidifier. I got sinuses.
Have you ever thought you had a problem with your sinuses? Well, come on down and pick up.
You're bad at this.
Sorry, I can't do this. This is not my job is hosting this gig, okay? All right. And welcome back to another episode of Dose and a Half Cincos. We just came
another
through
episode.
Oh God.
We're in the middle of the same episode. I'm keeping that
back
part
to the
in.
same episode.
And welcome back to the same episode of Dose and a Half Cincos. We just finished wrapping up our box office rundown, and this is the meat and potatoes. We're going to be talking about Joker, our movie of the week. Usually we'll start off with a synopsis. Ben, you got one?
I think you mean David number 2.
Yeah.
Apologies. David number 2. Tell us, what's Joker about?
Arthur Fleck, a mentally ill aspiring comedian, attempts to find his way in normal society. His journey, however, takes a toll on his sanity and veers off towards a life of crime, beginning the life of the iconic villain, the Joker. See, I did it.
Excellent. That was the best synopsis David
I
ever
know.
gave.
Wow, David, way to go, David.
Wow. Turn this into a full-time job. So David number 3, since David number 2 gave us such a great rundown on this film, what did you think? What are some of your thoughts?
Some of my thoughts. Where do I begin with the Joker?
From the beginning.
Oh, okay. So the movie opens up. We're in 1970s Gotham, and
Wow.
but for real though, despite what all I know this movie was getting a lot of flack for X, Y, and Z reasons, which we can dig into later. I thought this was an awesome movie. It was very, very enjoyable.
Rating?
Ooh, I have it as a 9 out of 10.
Okay.
Ooh.
So I think that's got to be the highest movie that you've rated to date, correct?
Wrong. It's tied for with
Ad Astra.
Once Upon a Time.
Oh, correct. No, that was Stu's rating.
Oh,
This
right.
is David number 3.
Sorry. So then, yeah, this is David's highest rating of any movie. Then I think.
Whoa, wait, what about with Abominable and Angry Birds 2? I think we rated that higher.
That's on a different scale.
Those were 11s out of 14s.
11 out of 13 and a half, 3/4. And David number 2. Keep trying.
David number 1.
Number
say
2.
it.
David number 2. What are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, there was a lot of news around the release of this movie, a lot of press coverage. A lot of people took, I think they took a societal stance on what they saw. You know, it definitely affected their opinion on the quality and the production of this movie. However, I think it was a really good movie. Joaquin Phoenix really knocked it out of the park. I mean, he really just nailed down the creepiness of the Joker, his mannerisms, his demeanor, his physique. You know, it was really creepy just looking at. I guess he was shirtless a lot of the time. You know, he looked like just a skeleton. Especially when he was like, there's a shot in the beginning where he's hunched over trying to open up his shoes. Like, oh my gosh, his shoulder blades, Jesus! It's like they have their own part in the movie.
Almost looked like he was about to like explode wings out the back.
Yeah, I was kind of scared that, you know, his bones were just gonna pop out of his skin. You know, it's kind of creepy. You know, you see his ribs and everything. It's just like, oh my god.
Well, you definitely can't say that Joaquin Phoenix is not a method actor who goes all in on every role that he took.
Yeah.
Joker starring Joaquin Phoenix and Joaquin Phoenix's scapulas.
But yeah, I thought it had a very interesting take on this comic book superhero genre. I think it's, you know, really unique. Nothing before it really, or no other superhero movie before this has really done what the Joker has done. And well, yeah, I'd have to give it a really high rating, like a 8 out of 10 for me.
So I'm gonna probably split the difference between you guys and go 8.5.
And go 4.
Gonna add them together and divide by 4. So we're gonna go with a 4.3.
Gentleman's 4.
No, I go 8.5. Borderline 9 even. I just think that you're right. Like, it's kind of hard to separate all of the press that's around it and a lot of the opinions that went on. But I feel that if you take it in its entirety, outside of the social context, which is difficult, obviously, I think cinematically it's done very well. His interpretation of the Joker is, I you said, David number 2 said creepy. I say chilling. Because I think it speaks volumes about mental health and how quickly some of that stuff can escalate if it's not, treated in the proper manner, right? A lot of the times that
We get criminal masterminds.
correct. I mean, it's all about like, oh yeah, he was really intelligent, or you kind of see this a lot when it comes to child prodigies, right? Like they're celebrated for a lot of things that they're doing. Obviously, this is not the case in this particular film, or his interpretation, or this telling of this version of how he becomes the Joker. But a lot of the times that you'll see like child prodigies and stuff like that, they kind of grow up with this like awkward inability to deal with social pressures and stuff like that. And obviously he was impacted by external forces that were unfortunately out of his control, and then this is his way of coping with them, and then his realization of some like really hard-hitting facts kind of turns him into what it is. And almost at some point it makes you kind of feel sorry for the fact that what happened to him, that wasn't necessarily his fault. And it kind of like breeds to like the fact is that all the forces that are in Gotham that were available kind of failed him. Like the society kind of failed him in being able to help raise him to be able to be a effective society member. And then they turn on him and turn him into a menace. So overall speaking, I think the movie is definitely an 8.5 or even a 9 if I was going to have to like round. So I know that there was a lot of like dissenting opinions. Like some people, they're like, oh, it's really good, because I think I don't know, it kind of reminds me a lot of The Dark Knight. I know this isn't a Christopher Nolan movie, but it echoed a lot of those same features. So I mean, if someone were to ask me for a recommendation, I would tell them, if you like the Christopher Nolan Dark Knight, especially The Dark Knight, I think this is a worthy kind of prequel to that, almost to a certain extent. I know that they're supposed to be like different Jokers and different different universes, but overall speaking, I think that he definitely did justice, because it's hard not to compare each Joker because there's so many of them. I mean, we had different. I was watching. I forgot what the name of the YouTube series is, but they were talking about like the different Jokers that kind of came about over the years, right? And the different Batmans that had to fight them and stuff like that. So Heath Ledger's is definitely one of the greatest portrayals of the Joker, and it's hard to not compare this rendition of the Joker to that, and I think he's still knocked it out of the park regardless.
Yeah, I think for me, I can picture the Heath Ledger Joker as like the Joaquin Phoenix Joker 20 years later, after he's like really just like gone down the Joker rabbit hole.
For sure, absolutely. But I thought it was really interesting that like I was reading everywhere that these were supposed to be separate Jokers, like completely, like it wasn't supposed to be the same. But then the fact is that they mentioned the Waynes in this. I'm like, okay, well,
spoiler zone. Maybe we should go to the spoiler zone.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Well, they said it's supposed to be separate, but it's not. I don't.
David,
What?
number one, get in here. Go. We're dragging you into the spoiler zone.
So
Kicking and screaming, your little feetsies.
All right. Well, pretty much wrap it up. I think it's a really good movie. I think you should see it. And
it's really a movie. It really is.
Yeah.
It is a movie.
Yeah.
It takes you through so much.
It exists as a movie. All right, David, here I go. I'm dragging you away. I'm dragging you away. I'm getting further away from the microphone. Come on, let's go.
Hi,
We're now inside the spoiler zone. You've been warned. If I haven't already spoiled some of the movie for you.
Yeah, wow. I think you might have dropped a little bit of a spoiler there. Made a little spoiler puddle on the ground.
Spoilerino.
So
I'm gonna have to rub your nose in it.
No. So, all right. Well, you've been warned. We're gonna go really deep into this movie because obviously there's a lot for to talk about. So
You've been warned, and you've also been spoiled. All right, spoiler zone. We're in the spoiler zone.
And
all right.
the
So tell me
zone.
what you guys
Spoiler
really
zone.
thought.
What?
Ooh, I like that. Keep
No,
that.
I think we made that joke before.
I don't remember
And-
that. I don't
And
think
there
so.
it is again. Nope, there it is again. We're doing it. This episode's brought to you by AutoZone. Again, the zone. Auto and spoiler zone.
Auto spoiler
This
zone.
episode is brought to you by Spoiler Zone. It's
I mean AutoZone.
no, wrong one.
An auto
Enter-
spoiler is a spoiler that spoils itself.
Wow. So it's a spoiler on your car that tells you that
Tells
Snape
you
killed
movie
Dumbledore before.
spoilers. When you go a certain speed, it will spoil a movie through the cars.
You have to stay over a certain speed. If you go below it, then it spoils.
It'll explode.
Stay above 50, or you'll find out what happens at
It's in
the
this
end.
movie.
I call it the bus that couldn't slow down.
Oh, I'm so good.
That's a great original content there, David. Number 2.
Yeah, it really is. I have the movie poster for that movie.
You just made it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Should submit it to Hollywood, get it made.
I should. Or my other feature film idea about a man who decides to play God and clone dinosaurs in this fantastical dinosaur park. I call it Billy and the Clonosaurus.
I thought you were going to say Law and Order.
Law and Order. I'm Dick Wolfham.
Dick Wolfham. Shit. We should probably cut that out.
Yeah, we probably should.
Anyway, so now we're in the spoiler zone.
Yep.
I love what you've done with the place, David. Number 1.
It still looks like shit.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
You know, it's not a hot pile of shit anymore. It's just a regular pile. Well, did you already ask us what's something? I forgot.
I said, what did you guys really think?
Oh, what I really thought? Oh, this movie sucked. 2 out of 10.
Yeah, now that we're in the spoiler zone, now I can say it sucks ass.
Say what I really feel.
I mean, why has he got to be so skinny? I mean, eat a sandwich. Well, for me, one of the things I thought really enhanced this whole like telling of the Arthur Fleck story, Arthur Fleck the movie, was just like the grimy era it was taking place in, like 1970s Gotham, which is really, New York City, which anytime I ever see stuff in the 70s that's like New York City, it always looks disgusting and gross, and I don't know how anyone ever lived during that time. So like that whole backdrop was to me like really helped enhance everything that was going on with Arthur Fleck. Like the giant rats, because of the garbage strike, like gross. Everything's disgusting. Everything's gross in the 70s.
Yeah, I really like the atmosphere of the movie. The setting, the time period, everything that kind of contributed to the overall look of the movie. It was really well done. I wouldn't expect that out of the man who directed the Hangover trilogy. But
It is a little weird to have someone go, hey, yeah, all right, next I want you to say paging Dr. Faggot, and then now I'm gonna direct the Joker.
Yeah. It's a little strange, but I like the transition. It was really strange when I went to see the movie. It was pretty much Friday night, so not Thursday opening night, but pretty close to it. And it was pretty tense. I think the overall atmosphere kind of contributed towards the experience of the movie and my enjoyment of it, but at the time it was kind of a little nerve-wracking. I mean, I went into the theater, it was completely packed, and there were a lot of security and police officers walking around.
Yeah, I
That's
want
what I
to.
was talking about the news and stuff like that.
Yeah, I want to kind of touch on that a little bit, dive in a little bit to that because I know that was going on, and
Yeah.
even when I saw it, I went on a Sunday, I think it was like 11 a.m. or showing, and
Yeah.
there were a couple cops posted up outside, so I made note of that. So like, why is it? I mean, I can kind of guess why, but like, is there a specific reason why they thought they needed so much like police and security for this movie?
I mean, it kind of goes with the whole social commentary aspect of the movie, how it inspires certain individuals to kind of take action based on the Joker, people who feel mistreated in society. I mean, that was the whole message of the movie, right? It doesn't like I mean, it kind of targets a specific group of people, right? People with disabilities, people who have been mistreated by society, where the
Downtrodden,
government.
that kind of thing.
Well, not even downtrodden. Like, if we're talking about like the actual specifics of the movie, it was talking about people who, rely on government support to get through like various medical conditions and whatnot. That was the specific target of the movie. But I mean, people can kind of interpret this as they will, right? They're society's outcasts. They even say in the movie, almost, I think it was almost word for word, we live in a society, and that's just
We
like,
live in a society.
yeah. He was so close to saying it, I almost lost my shit when he said like, I think he said like we're in a society or something like that. It was so fucking close, and I was like, holy fucking shit, we are just like rocking the boat right now. It was it
But
kind of
like,
promotes some dangerous ideologies.
but I guess like who, other than like, I know there was that I think we might have touched on it with like in the previous episode with like the Aurora Theater or something
Yeah.
was they had
Boycotting the film.
they had
Yeah.
some deal with it. Was it all like seeded from that, or was like if like say or they never that never made it to the news or they never even made us think about it, would the same kind of police presence been throughout this release?
I'm not actually too sure because I mean, it was kind of a domino effect. It happened so long ago that it could have inspired other related events. Like it's kind of like a meme right now where the Joker is the face of like gamers rise up, where
Yeah.
gamers are the most oppressed group of people on the planet, and some people actually believe that. So
Well, I mean,
Also the
that's
most
'cause
oppressive group too.
that's because it's true, but
Keyboard
continue.
warriors, unite!
yeah, let me tell you. I mean, all my hours on WoW Classic and society. We live in a society where that's just strange, and you're just outcast, man. Uh, yeah, it's hard to say. I think it because of the Aurora shootings. I mean, do people actually gravitate more towards the Joker because of that, or was it something already established? I don't know. That's kind of a hard thing to say. But nonetheless, there was, significant police force, kind of watching over this event, this premiere, and it kind of put me on edge, especially because in Huntington Beach on Thursday night, my friends actually went to go watch a different movie that night, coincidentally, and they actually got turned away because they had to close down the theater because of credible threats.
Wow.
Yeah, the police actually turned people away. So, I don't know. Maybe something could have happened. Not sure.
Well, we can't have nice things.
Yeah, we can't because of the Joker movie now playing. Enter
Catch
code.
Enter
code
Dos
Dos
Cincos.
For a free ticket to see the Joker, along with Joker makeup and a prop toy gun.
That looks oddly like a real one,
And it's really heavy.
and actually has bullets, and it's a real gun.
Because enter promo code We Live in a Society. Also, when I saw the movie, I was a little creeped out because when I first bought the tickets, I wanted these particular seats that were in the like dead center of the movie theater, And I was like, like someone already bought them, like a whole row of 5, right? And I was like, okay, whatever. And then when I got to the theater, I looked around and saw the seats I wanted, and there's one guy sitting in the middle of it. I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. He's with his friends or whatever. And then, the movie starts, and I notice no one's going with him, and he's just all by himself in the middle. I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool. And he was taking snapshots like the whole time, right? He was taking photos and like,
shoot this bitch up.
He probably sent a snap, was like, look at this empty theater I bought all by myself, rich as fuck.
No, I looked at what he said, and he said, send in the clowns for all of them.
Shit, I would have probably got up and walked out.
He had like 6 different social media apps, and he took a picture for each one and sent. And I don't know why he didn't use the same picture for it, but yeah, he put on each of them, send in the clowns. So I was like, okay, that's cool. And towards the end of the movie, I got kind of creeped out because Letty like kept slapping my arm towards the end. I was like, what? And then she pointed, and there's smoke coming out in front of us. I'm like, and it turns out it was some guy vaping. But yeah,
what a dick. Even if there wasn't like a tense situation, like if someone just ripping some fat cotton in front of me while I'm trying to watch a movie, like what the fuck, bro?
Yeah, I know. I would have been angry at the time if it weren't so tense already. But at the time I was just like, fuck.
Fuck, I'm about to die.
Yeah. Then I just saw him, pull his vape, and I'm like, okay, thank God. But it got even worse because it was towards the end of the movie after the Joker got in that car crash, and the guy who got the 5 seats just got up and left, and was just waiting at the bottom of the stairs. And like
weirdo, God.
And then like the part where they lift up his body and stuff, he started just clapping, and I was like,
Is he just trying to be creepy? That's like, at this point it sounds like he's just trying to be creepy. Like he saw the movie the night before and decided to troll you.
Well, it worked because I was like, what the fuck, man? But yeah, great movie though. Great movie.
I had a little bit of similar experience, although yours was much more intense than mine was. Mine was just, I walked in and I was getting popcorn, and I saw someone who had just got their popcorn and stuff, and he just had that look, if you know what I mean. And he also had a bag with him, so I was like, why the fuck you have a bag, bro? And also, you look like that. Why are you bringing bags? Who brings bags to movies?
Yeah,
David number 2. Who does that?
Like a backpack?
Any kind of bag or backpack.
Yeah, we should kill that person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was as far as that was just my wild imagination. So.
Oh, okay. And he's wearing Joker makeup.
and that.
And his gun. And that blood on, or strawberry jam or something on it. I thought it was kind of weird how what's his name was in it? Brian Tyrese Henry was in it.
Oh yeah, Brian Tyrese Henry.
He's in Atlanta.
Oh, Atlanta.
Oh my God, you guys haven't seen Atlanta?
Dong Lover?
Yeah.
I'm not as big as a Dong Lover fan, I guess, as David number 2.
I love Dong Lover. All right. I love Dong Lover. I love ingesting Dong Lover every day. I just love shoving it down people's throats.
Loving of dongs.
Well, anyways, he's a pretty big actor right now, and I feel like he was, he's a very recognizable face. He was the he was at the Arkham Asylum. He was the receptionist.
I love that game.
Oh, the guy who gave him the folder?
Yeah.
He didn't give it to him, but
well, I mean, he opened it and then it was taken from him.
Yeah, it was just weird that it had a 5-minute part. I was like, wow, you got him just to do that? All right, but I liked his part. It was really good. He acted it really well. Just like, we can't give this to you. Yeah.
He's like, I'm just a clerk here.
Yeah, I can't get it. I'm going in trouble. That was good. But I only give it an 8 out of 10 just because this one scene kind of weirded me out. It was the
shoulder blades.
No, I gave a whole point
That was
because
a
of that.
plus
No,
one. That was plus one.
actually, it was +2, one for each shoulder blade.
Which shoulder blade carried the load, though?
Which was the load-bearing shoulder?
Who had the most screen time?
And the
shoulder
Oscar
blade,
goes
left shoulder blade.
And then right shoulder blade is just in the audience, just clapping.
Best supporting actor.
Oh my God, best supporting actors. It's a rare case.
And
We have
then-
2 winners, left and right shoulder blades,
Or do you think we would just call him a pair?
or a pair. Yeah.
Partridge.
Wait, get to the point. What was your scene? What was the scene?
It was the scene after the Joker finally puts on his iconic makeup and he's going out to the Mari show, or what was it?
The art.
Murray?
No,
Why did I say Mari?
Frank-
Going on Mari.
Maury.
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 No, it was Murray Franklin.
Yeah, he was going out to the show, and so he had the suit on and he had the makeup on, right? And I don't know, I was enjoying it up until that. I was really invested in it, and then this moment kind of took me out of it. I don't know, it's just one moment, I don't know why they started playing that song. It was the dun, 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 dun.
Oh, yeah.
I was just kind of weirded out. I'm like, what the fuck,
It was a big song in that time. During that time.
no, it just didn't really fit with kind of weird to me. I don't know.
That seems like not that much to give to dock a whole point on.
I'm docking a whole point just for that song. I'm just like, wow, this is really fucking weird.
I didn't mind it.
What
about you, David, number one?
What's the question? My favorite.
What is your favorite spoiler besides the one you already gave?
That one.
Oh, that was your favorite?
That has to be my favorite spoiler. Is that he thought he was the son of Bruce Wayne, and he not Bruce Wayne. What was his dad's name?
Thomas Wayne.
Yeah, Thomas Wayne, and he found out his mom was actually crazy.
Well, actually, I really appreciate that part of the movie too, because it's kind of open-ended. You don't really know who's lying or not, right?
True.
I feel like with the revelation that he had been fantasizing about that relationship he was having,
yeah,
with the neighbor,
yeah,
I would say that it's probably likely that was also a fabrication. Not in his mind though, but it was actually that was the truth, is that he was not actually Thomas Wayne's son, and that his mom actually was crazy. That's how I make that leap, but that's how I feel about it.
Well, I like to think that it's kind of left open-ended, and you could argue for either side, and that's why I really like that point of the story. It's like it kind of ties into the Joker's identity, where his birth is somewhat of a mystery. His origin story is somewhat of a mystery.
Is that even remotely hinted at in the Batman just universe?
I mean, there's different iterations of the Joker, like this is just another one.
But in any iteration prior, had it ever been hinted, or was there ever any kind of oh, guess what? Joker's actually your brother.
Oh, I don't know.
I'm sure there's a parallel universe where or one version of it.
Those ones don't count.
Fine.
We're not talking alternate universe Batman, because then anything can happen.
Yeah, like there was one where
he could be the Batman working at the Radio Shack.
Yeah.
The Radio Shack.
I don't know. I just throw something out there.
Wow.
Although I was gonna say, for me, I would have lost my shit if there was some kind of, and I know it wouldn't have fit the theme of the rest of the movie, or just but I would have lost my shit if there was a stinger or something where there was somehow Batman would have been there involved. Just a real quick 10 years, 50, whatever, 15 years later, stinger.
High school reunion.
And no, not like that.
Oh.
Not like where they're both getting punched and they're like,
No,
oh,
they both show up at their high school reunion dressed as Batman and
as-
Joker because they're like, "What did you grow up to be?" And it's like, "I
What's-
became a supervillain." What did you become? I became.
that's
Wait a
that's
minute.
really weird because I was an adult when you were a child. But yeah, I would have lost my shit if there was just like a real quick, just Batman and Joker, some kind of whatever stinger, real quick, 3 seconds. But I know it wouldn't have really fit the rest of the movie, and this is supposed to be a movie about Joker. But I did like how there was like the Batman kind of origin arc kind of going on in the background.
Yeah, that
And
was
they
pretty
kind of
cool.
they kind of like showed little bits and pieces, but it wasn't really the focus. So I thought that was neat.
Yeah, so I think we all sound like we enjoyed the movie thoroughly. Is there anything you guys would have wanted to see them like change or
I
have
just
it go in a different way besides the Batman arc? Ben, I mean David number 2. Shit.
I think
really
David
wish
number
they-
2 didn't. Yeah, I can already guess. Let me get there. I'm David number 2. I wish they didn't play that song. It's really bad.
See, see how annoying that is? See how annoying that is?
I'm dancing right now.
Yeah, I'm rocking out. Hey.
Okay, if you love it so much, why don't you get the rights to it? That could be our theme song, huh? That's right. You don't love it that
We would
much.
I think we're allowed to do our own renditions of it, and I like this version much better.
Yeah. Acapella.
Because it's free.
Wait, if we could do a cappella version of things, can we do a cappella Spanish, will you? Huh?
There's too many instruments going on in that song. I don't think we can do it effectively.
Who needs a kazoo? Because I could do kazoo.
Wait, really?
No, I can't do kazoo.
Well, that got my hopes up for nothing. Great. Now, I don't even want to do the rest of the show. I'm done.
Well, great, because that actually wraps up this episode of Dos Cincos. I would say, hey, we're going to talk about the movies we're going to see next week, but it's already been decided. We're going to be seeing El Camino on Saturday, and then we'll be followed up with Jay and Silent Bob, the reboot. Is that the right wording for it?
Jay and Silent Bob, do it again.
That's not what it was.
Play me off, Tony.
Oh, that's not it.
What the
I'm sorry.
Send in
That's
the
the right-
clowns, Tony.
You should have
Yeah,
You should have took a snap of that guy who was snapping that and sent it to me so I could have seen it.
I was scared.
What did he look like? Did he look like a weirdo?
I don't know. I mean, it was dark. I don't know. Looked like a dude with 5 seats to himself.
So probably a weirdo.
I don't know. He had like black hair, tiny little eyes.
Is he Asian?
Yeah,
Is that what you're trying to say?
See, this joke isn't really that great because I can't really visually describe what David 1 looks like. You know?
Oh my god. You guys are horrible.
Yeah, we're about describing what you look like. I mean, I
I
can't.
mean, we're all David, so I mean, we're self-deprecation at this point.
Yeah,
hate you
it's
all.
like looking at an ugly mirror.
Does that mean the mirror's ugly or that you appear ugly in the mirror?
Both.
Okay. It's a double whammy.
It is.
That doggy in the mirror? No, it's not it. Window. Okay.
Close enough.
All right. Well, that pretty much will wrap up our episode of Dos and a Half Cincos. Join us next week where we'll be talking about El Camino, the Breaking Bad movie, and Jay and Silent Bob, the reboot. Stay tuned for that one. See you next time.
I'm
Okay,
David
bye.
number 2.
Bye.
I'm David number 2,
I'm-
and I'm David number 1. And
No, I am David
I'm
number 1.
I'm
No,
David
I'm
number
you.
3.
I'm 3. David, I'm
No,
3.
I'm
I'm
David
the
3.
I'm
I
number
was
1.
I
am-
had to pretend to be David number 1 for a second because he was about to stop the recording without letting us say our salutations or whatever.
Yeah, and I had to pretend to be David number 3 to allow David number 3 to pretend to be David number 1 to stop David number 1 from stopping the recording prematurely.
What?
I got it.
I'm David number 3.
Yeah, once again, this is the Dos and a Half Cincos podcast. I'm your host, David.
And I'm David number 2.
Now I'm David number 1.
Wait.
Fantastic. Don't forget to tip your Reiki masters, and we'll see you guys next time. Thanks, guys.
Don't forget to tip your Reiki masters, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.